Second, and the time is 3:32 p.m. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from December the 15th. I take it that you all have had a chance to review those minutes.
I move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, the next item on the agenda is right-of-way request, Roderick Lowe.
Good afternoon. My name is Roger Glow, and I serve as the subdivision planner for the city of Birmingham in the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits. And this is a request for favorable recommendation regarding the vacation of 35,493 square feet of right-of-way and a request for approval of a final plat resurveying one lot and the vacated right-of-way into one lot called Stratford Road Resurvey, which is subdivision case 2025, case number 97. If you have any questions, we do have someone here to answer those questions.
Okay, could they come forward and state your name and address for the record and kind of give us a brief overview of what this project is?
Yes, Mark Clark, Shoal Engineering, 1001 22nd Street South here in Birmingham. What we're doing here is we're vacating a portion of Stratford Road and attaching it to Lot 1 so that the ends of Stratford Road can be gated off to control access so that the owners in the area will have more control over the bad things that are going on that road.
Okay. Any question from committee members?
No.
No questions.
Okay. I do have a question, just so we kind of get a good sense, and this is for Roderick, of what vacating a right-of-way is. Could you kind of give us a brief overview of what that means?
Basically, they will be purchasing city-owned right-of-way from the city. And once it's resurveyed and all of this is recorded, all of that will be maintained by that property owner, so the city won't be responsible for upkeep of that property.
Okay. And is there a fee associated with vacation?
Yes, there's a nice fee associated with this vacation.
Okay, got you. And then one last question on my end. Are any other properties in that area impacted by the vacation?
Well, basically, in order for them to submit, all of the adjacent property owners that abut the right-of-way at any portion would have to sign off on the declaration of vacation, and I do have that executed document at this time.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any other questions? If not, I'll call for a motion.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, this item has been approved. Next item on the agenda, solid waste treatment facility, Julie Bernard.
Good afternoon, councilors,
Good afternoon.
and Julie Bernard, the Office of City Attorney, and Mr. Dyer, who is the applicant for Harvest Solutions LLC, is here, just in case, there may be something. Of course, this is not really to go in depth in the application and all that, but he does have his, public awareness session set up for February 23rd, and that might be of interest. This is, all of this has been due, as I have communicated to the council and to Chairman Gunn, because of some changes in the state law about how new solid waste facilities are cited. We have ticked the box on the first major hurdles, which was having the council formally accept the application. Then we had 10 days to initiate several public notice methods that are at the expense of the applicant, but the city was required to do those, and we've gotten all of that started within that 10 days. He was also required to start notices of his public awareness session. I keep tripping over those words. The reason I wanted to bring this to the committee today is the council has to have a public hearing on the application. And the council's public hearing has to be no more than 45 days after the public awareness session. So that February 23rd date, which is a Monday, starts kind of that clock for the council. As far as council meetings within that 45 days, there's March 31st and there's April 7th. So those would be the 2 days as possible. I do know tomorrow the council is setting a hearing on the North Side, South Side Framework rezoning plan for March 31st. So, so it just kind of depends on how many hearings you want to have one day, but either the 31st or the 7th are the 2 that are available. And I will put a resolution, I gave you a draft resolution for setting the hearing that we will drop for the agenda for next week, so we can get that set. And then the notices can't start running until after the session is held. So, and I would point out the other thing to keep in mind, with this statute, the council's required to accept written comments from the public. We have set up a dedicated email that's being monitored in the clerk's office, and the clerk put myself and some others on it to have access. We wanted to try to have those public comments come to a centralized place. The council may still get some, but the council's required to accept written comments through the end of the public hearing. So on that date, we'll cut off getting written comments, and then the council has up to 30 days in which to make its decision. So the latest council meeting where a decision could be made, of course, you could have a special called meeting if needed, but the council meeting would be May 5th, would be the latest when a decision could be made. And so I'm looking at, letting the committee consider this, and that possibly what you may want to do is have a committee of the whole, a special called committee of the whole after that public hearing, so we can all get together, say, here's all the written comments that have come in, if there are any, and make sure every counselor has them and, is ready to review them, and then, make the decision later. Just kind of, yeah.
All right. Thank you for that information. Any questions from committee members?
No, I was just going to thank you for that thorough explanation that you've emailed to us and then just gave to us now. So it's very, very clear as to what we have to do. So thank you
Okay,
for that.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, so Attorney Bernard, what are you asking the committee to do? Are you asking us to set it?
Give me a date to put in that so I can drop that for the committee. I mean, I could tell you, I could have given you a date and said, but I just wanted to, let the committee consider the whole, the whole picture of the thing. And I guess no, it doesn't matter. It won't matter on the, if the public hearing is held on the 31st, that'll bump up the 30 days for making the decision. That the 30 days for May 5th is based on holding it on the 7th.
Okay, I think April 7th, because 2 public hearings, especially with the framework plan, that could either be very short or very long.
True.
And so I really don't miss when we had council meetings until 2 p.m. So I actually like us getting out a
Right.
little bit earlier.
Right.
So, I like April 7th.
We'll go
Okay.
with the 7th.
Okay. I do have one question.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions before we?
I was just going to say, yes, April 7th sounds good.
Okay. So my question, just want to reiterate that we're not taking any action or approving any applications coming before us today. We're just setting the date for
Right.
the hearing.
And that's what will go on the agenda next week for the council to set the hearing and direct the clerk to publish notice
Okay.
of it. So, and again, there will be that public awareness session on February 23rd. The statute requires that at least one member of the local governing body has to attend the public awareness session. So, that's,
Yeah.
I mean,
know
that
we-
would be for anyone who wants to, to attend. And again, that's why, I invited Mr. Dyer to be here if he had any questions about that session.
Yeah, we would love to hear from the applicant,
Okay.
just kind of a general overview of what he's proposing.
Okay. All right. You're welcome.
Hey, thank you all so much. As far as the meeting, we proposed February 23rd. Oh, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'll do it. I just wanted to show you all, like, what this looks like. 'Cause I've had so many questions about, hey, like, talk to me about this environmentally, like, friendly technology. So when we treat, like, non-hazardous waste, this is what it looks like. And I gave you, like, here's an illustration of a landfill where you have, like, kind of this confetti material, and then you've got, like, the autoclave bags. Then I also wanted to, I've got like a printout of the machine of like how this works, where we've got a 96-gallon drum that's picked up. You've got the spill-proof bags that are put in here, treated, and then it's put into a dumpster, and then from there we haul it off. And I brought you all some material as well. But as far as the meeting, we just proposed doing it at 5 because I just realized there's no right time for everybody. And I just want to be like mindful of somebody who's like, well, hey, we were at work. We would have loved to have come by there. And we've had some great meetings. So with Miss Brenda Hollyfield, the neighborhood president of Kingston, I met with her for about an hour and 15 minutes. Todd, my partner, and I met with her last Friday afternoon at the local park there. And we talked about different projects. She's been on board. Todd's met with the president of North Avondale, that neighborhood. He was out there last week playing basketball with the kids. So we're trying to just, talk with as many people as we can, educate them on like exactly what it is that we're doing and what we're not doing. And I mean, one thing that I wanted to be clear on, because people are like, well, talk to me about like how much this is. So the clean waste machine that we have, it'll do up to 400 pounds an hour. So it's about a ton a day. So if you like put that up to like a garbage truck, that's like anywhere from 4 to 10 tons. So, we want to be low impact. Our kind of service area is Birmingham. We have business in Mobile that we send to South Mississippi, and we use other people. As far as other places in Alabama, you've got one in Gadsden, one in Huntsville, one in Dothan, and one outside of Tuscaloosa. So we just saw that there was a need here, and I'm excited about the technology because this will be the first for Alabama.
Okay. Thank you for that. Any questions from committee members? Could you restate the date that you're having?
February 23rd, 5 to 7.
Okay.
And what we were going to do is I was just going to meet there, kind of have like a fact sheet, let people come in and out, take any questions, and then Todd was going to leave at 6 to go to the Kingston neighborhood meeting because they already had one set.
Okay.
Try to catch anybody there. And we just, our goal is just to get as many people as we can, answer as many questions. We've had support from O'Neill Steel. I'm actually meeting with the CEO tomorrow about looking at some projects. And then the steel galvanizing facility around there, we spoke with Mike, the plant manager, and he was on board as well.
Okay. All right. Could you state your name and address for the record?
Yep, David Dyer. My address is 2732 Central Avenue, 220 Birmingham, 35209.
All right. Any other questions?
Yes, what's the location of the public awareness session?
At our warehouse, I'm sorry,
For yours.
4400 7th Avenue North.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I will call for a motion.
I move, no, wait.
For the,
You do? Okay. I move to recommend to the full council to set public hearing for this item on April 7th.
okay.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. This motion passes. Next item on the agenda, no new business, no announcements, and so I will move for the last item. Adjournment. Is there a motion?
I move that we